Hello everyone, hello. Wait a minute. As I publish something to Discord about the stream. So this is gonna be GRIS for the Nintendo Switch. And this is going to be a blind playthrough of it, which should not take too long, I expect. Okay. Right, GRIS for the Nintendo Switch. I bought this game not that long ago, and I've heard that it is one of the best reviewed games on Steam. And since it is originally a Nintendo Switch game and it existed as a physical release, I figured, well, why not get it for Switch? Might have been a bit more expensive that way, but at least I get to own a game that has a good reputation, apparently. We'll see how good it proves to be. I had to reduce the resolution of the game to 720p so that it would not look too compressed at 60 FPS. She's singing. Don't ask me what's happening, I don't know. What just happened? I'm in control? Okay. I can go left. Okay, B, what, did I do that? B makes her kneel, okay. Or sit. It's one of those games, you have to figure out how it works. X doesn't do anything, Y doesn't seem to do anything, A does the same thing as B by the looks of it. D-pad does the same thing as the control stick. R. Huh? Going right seems to zoom out the action. Okay. Can see something in the background. Insects? What's that? No, B does that thing where she falls to her knees. Okay. That was not me. I didn't do that. Ah, something's different. Okay. Ah. Okay. A, she does that thing now. Ah, B jumps. Okay. I don't have a double jump. Okay. Okay. Something moved. Huh. Is it trying to follow me? Oh yeah. And then it hides when it reaches a certain distance from me. It hides, and it's too slow to follow me, so I guess it kind of gave up. What's this? So what is it? I absorbed it. It's gonna follow me. Okay, it follows me now. I can go up. There's something over that way. Though I don't know what that thing is that's following me. There's another. Now I have two. I need a third. Okay. By the looks of it, anyway. There's a third, but... If I fall down the other side, I can maybe collect that thing that I saw earlier. Okay, no, wait. I don't want to do that just yet. Because I was wondering what that thing was. Okay. I don't know what that did. Like pretty much everything else in the game. Do I have a map or something? No. Settings. Controls brightness, volume. Nah. Not much in the way of options, huh? Is it still two following me? I don't know what that thing is that I picked earlier, the big one. Where's that thing I saw earlier? Okay, so what did that do? Okay, now I have 3 of them following me. So now I should have enough to cross here, okay? Excuse me, but... I feel like the stream is not quite as fluid as it should be. But it's supposed to capture 1080p 60 FPS, but what's that button do? I don't know. Excuse me. I'll try like that. I don't know if that will change anything. That looks fluid enough to me now. Well. All I ask is that it's fluid. The rest does not concern me. I may have been streaming for months with that new capture card with the wrong settings for all I know. Red. A color has been brought back. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I brought back color to the world. Is there an end to this pillar there? Oh yeah, I guess there was. Okay, you can't fall through. Okay. These things here in the background do look like one of those big things I found earlier. And it's like it says that I need 2. Is that it? Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more than what I have. By the looks of it. Okay. The other one had 1 in white and 1 grayed out. This one has 7 grayed out. So I guess the one I got earlier will only apply to that first one, and for this one, I haven't found any of those pertaining to it yet. Okay, I can't jump across. Does she gain any new abilities at some point? Ah, okay, you can't land on these red things. I don't know what that action is for when she does that thing. There's a single flower there. Smell the roses. Ah, I can't go back. Okay. I feel like I should gain new abilities because there seem to be some places that I can't reach at the moment. Let's confirm that I can't go any further up here, and if I can't, well, that means I'll have to go down and to the right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do here. Okay. Alright. Let's go down that way then. Here it says 5. Well, I wonder if there's one that I missed. Whoa, okay. How do I get back up? How do I go back? I don't know. There was an icon like it auto-saved or something. It's not. I'm not in control anymore. Okay. What's happening? So I take it that was the intro then. Well, I'm in control again. Whoa. Okay. There was something to the left. I missed something. Am I missing stuff along the way? What's this? A new power? No. I don't know what that was. Looks like pyramids. What's that? I can still do that thing where she raises her hands, but don't know what that is. Don't know what that does. Signs of civilization. Whoa! What's that? Okay. Something did that, but I don't know what yet. Again. Is it tied to the music? Like it will happen again at regular intervals based on the music itself? I don't know. I feel like that's the case. Another one of these things. Well, there isn't really that much punishment for it, so... Something here. Whoa! Don't fall. I need two. I need two to jump across. Okay. Doesn't appear to be that way. Here we go again. I'm gonna try to time it. See if there is a fixed interval at which it happens. Well, here it seems like I am protected, but it appears to be about every 20 seconds, give or take. Come on, Rudy, before time runs out. She may fall. Well, thankfully she didn't fall all the way back down. Okay, oh. I'd say I have to fall back inside, like this. Okay, whatever that did. I know it's in the distant background, I guess. Aren't you supposed to fall through here? Because that seems too high to reach otherwise. Huh? Huh? Yes, no, maybe? If you fall on it, it moves, but I doubt it's something like you have to jump on it 100 times. That would be too lame, I guess, but it doesn't look like it's gonna crumble anytime soon. I need something else. Yep. I don't know what yet, but okay, having two did something. Ah. Okay, I can do that now. Hold Y. Okay. Uh-huh, okay. I learned something. Is the wind gonna blow again like it did before? The music is gone now, so... It's back now. Ah. Okay, well that activated something. Ah, you can walk while being turned into a box. Ah, I could keep walking to the right, okay. I had not realized at first. She does look a bit weird, shaped like a box like this. But I guess this is what I have to do. Cool statue. It's a bell. That rings the bells. Don't know if this is significant. Okay, I probably have to destroy that thing, but that looks like a one-way trip. Should I have gone down that path before? I'll choose to ignore it for now. Okay, you need that thing to cross. You can't hurt them, right? No. Okay. Otherwise it continues. Maybe I should have gone down that way then. Well, there's another one of those things. Maybe not. Maybe it's a dead end after all. Yeah, the box will be indispensable, I think, in getting through this area. So you don't get blown away. Best I can tell, I need to make a big jump from the top there and to the left. No, I need the wind to blow me. I think that's it. It's the only thing that makes sense. You need to use the wind. Right before the jump, I figured maybe I won't make it and I will need the wind, but that appears to be exactly what's going on. Which means I have to wait. Okay. Well, here it comes. Mercifully, you don't have to wait for long. And I don't know if there's stuff you can miss in this game, or if... Because there could be many points of no return that you don't know about unless you've already played the game before, so... For whom the bell tolls. I need to go further down. Yeah, that seems to be a dead end otherwise. Okay. Why are they all crying? If I hit the ground, it's just... they're gonna crumble, right? That seems to make more of those butterflies. Till the screen is filled with them, I guess. I say butterflies, but I don't know what they are. Was there something else I was supposed to find down there? I just hope it's not one of these games where you have to play it like 100 times in order to not miss anything. I've seen everything the game has to offer, because this is not my favorite type of game, if that's the case. Okay, I can't go further that way. There isn't anything else over to the right, is there? Ah, okay, well, you fall. It would be impossible, I guess, to get to the other side then. I have 2. I need 4. Ah. Well, that activated something. I need 3 to go to the left, so I need to retrieve another one of these things. To the right, I should have said. I needed 3 to go to the right, so I need to retrieve 1 from the left. It's the one thing that makes sense. It's down there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, I got 1, but... what about... that way? Is there more? Ah, yes, there is one of these larger orbs, to the top right. Right there. Ah! Ah! Okay. Well, there I got another one. It appears like there are quite a few missable things in this game. I don't like that. Especially if the game doesn't let you go back for them later. I really hope you get to go back, because it does feel like I would have missed some stuff. These things could transport me where I don't want to go again. Ah, can't go that way, okay. Just trying to make sure. Ah, there's something. I would have missed it if I didn't take a leap of faith there. Hmm. It's not gonna go down any further. Oh. Ah, you need to do both at the same time. Ah, okay. Ah. I need 5. And there are passages to the left and right, so venturing a guess, I suppose I need to go both ways. Well, I can see the thing I'm supposed to retrieve right there. But there's probably more stuff. Oh, that was necessary. Okay. I suppose. Huh. Ah, you have to hold. Okay. And in this case, I guess I have to bring it all the way down, and before it goes back up, I need to go back around, but I think I'm gonna make it too late in this case. It will be too late, it will be too late. Yeah, too late. Okay, let's wait, and then wait some more. All right. Ah. Ah. Okay. Like so. I take it this thing has to start moving at some point. And this thing started moving. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, yeah, I think that did it. Must have. Well, there's nothing else here, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, but maybe there was no larger orb to find in this case. And isn't that sort of windmill supposed to start moving? Seems to be what I have to do, but what, I need to be heavier? What's it like? Huh? Huh? I know, I went through. Ah, yeah. There's a thin, wide outline. That's not enough. Not high enough. Seems like I have to go even higher. Because it does look like you can jump across and keep climbing. Ah, yeah. Like this, here, and apparently you can't go any higher, so that must be it. Excellent. That makes the clouds go away, or what? Huh. I wonder if there's something down there. Ah, well, never mind. Because I saw stairs down that way, but... couldn't determine if I was supposed to go that way or not. And you can't outrun these things. Nothing? Nothing. Okay. Restored more color to the world. Green and blue. Green. A color has been brought back. The game is steering me that way. Doesn't appear to be much I can do. And I can't go that way, can I? No. Okay. Am I back where I started? Oh, I am. Does that mean I can go back for these other orbs I could not get? Or that I think I could not get anyway. Can you replay a part of the game that you've already completed? It's the moment of truth. I think I must have missed one. Down that way. Let's see what it says about the area I've already explored. I bet I won't have collected all of them. Ah. No? Maybe I didn't miss anything after all then. Yes, for this side, well, it seems to have 5. But I fear that the part at the start of the game, it's too... Nah, I can't go back. The plant is preventing me. You only get one chance then. And I can't go back left to the beginning of the game, I take it. It's too late, huh? Damn it, I may have missed permanently the real ending of this game or something. This one has 7. Something to keep in mind. Challenges? What's that, challenges? Oh, wow. Let's see. GRIS game, can you miss 100%? I don't know, I'm gonna ask a question like that. There are 4 you can miss. The others are easy to spot and you won't miss these. Or so it says here. Happy to obtain every achievement in the game, blah 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 blah. Accept all. Well, achievements, I don't care much about achievements, but... I don't know, I feel like I may have permanently missed the 100% completion. But I just hope I didn't miss like a true ending or something like that, because that would really piss me off. Ah, I can't go back. If I quit, I don't care if all unsaved progress is lost. Continue. Well, there's at least one thing I like about this game. It loads fast. I want to see if it's possible to get that fall in that hole. It's here, isn't it? No. The game stops you from walking back to the right. But I wanted to confirm. I had to try. Because if I was able to fall back through that hole, then that means I would have been able to go back to the initial area, which was to the bottom left section of the game world, I guess. Although it might not have been loaded, and if this is not an intended way to go back to it. Yeah. We're in the forest. By the looks of it. It's that way! It's that way I want to go. Game won't let me know. Easy. Can't go that way. Well, bear in mind, Rudy, you have 7 of these things to find. There was something there. That's a beautiful sight. That shot. It's also quite nice that this game has very little in the way of a heads-up display. It's all about the art. I like that. I wouldn't want all my games to be like that, but every once in a while it's nice to have a... Well, it seems like I have to go that way, but I want to confirm that. No, there's nothing else down here. Ah. I didn't miss anything back there, did I? On top of that large, on top of that last square. With the brightness of the image, sometimes if it's a white thing against something that's very bright, it's kind of hard to see. Especially on the TV I'm playing on at the moment. Okay, let's see. No. Okay. But I had to confirm. I had to make sure. It's because that looks challenging that I think that there's a reward at the end. Ah, damn it. Okay, again. There we go. There's one. Okay, here it looks like I have to go down. And that seems to be the only way. A square apple. Look, I'm a cube too. It's following me. You're all cracked, little buddy. Does it hurt? Well, it can't jump. What's it gonna do? Ah, I need to feed it apples. I need to give it other apples? Do I get something if I feed him all the apples in the area? Come on, little buddy. There's one more. Right here. Here you go. Okay, it's down there, eating his apple. Ah, it did something different at the end. Is it happy? What? What is it? Ah. That opened the way forward by the looks of it. There's nothing else that way, okay. So I had to do it. I would have been stuck if I didn't figure it out, I guess. Thankfully, that was easy enough to figure out. Do you ever stop being hungry? Wait. It needs to follow me, no? Huh? Or maybe the more apples it eats, the better it becomes able to jump? Huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Ah. Nah, it doesn't seem like its jumping ability is anywhere close to what would be needed for it to follow me up here. There's an apple up there, though. I didn't miss something here, did I? Wait a minute. How do you get up there? Ah, there we go. Get that apple. I think it becomes better at jumping. Hold on a minute. Not quite yet, huh? No, okay. Gotta keep eating these apples to become a strong boy. Uh-huh. Eat. What is it, little buddy? Here? How about here instead? Ah. Uh-huh. And then what? We need to do it together here? Hey, there's an apple here. Yoo-hoo! Come here. Where did it go? Hey! Where is it? Ah. Follow me. There. Apples. Feed the forest friend. Okay, there we go. Well, I got an achievement, apparently. I don't know now if it really becomes better at jumping. Or is it bigger than before, actually, from eating these apples? It's kind of hard to tell. What is it, little buddy? Okay. Is there something more? That looks like a one-way trip. I can't jump in there, can I? No. No. Seems it left. Okay. Feed the forest friend. Okay. I guess I'm out of the woods. Okay, what is this place? Whoa. Another forest friend? Several of them? Where am I? What did I do? Hello, everyone. Howdy. There's a fork in the road. There's a little forest friend. Cube head. Okay, well, I needed this. Thank you, friend. Okay, let's move on. And I'm back, I suppose. Yeah, but I need two, and I only have one. There seemed to be a bit more down there that I didn't get. Looks like the roots of something. I'm back outside. Okay. What's with the 3 birds or butterflies here? What's up with that? Okay, well, let's continue left. Becoming more reddish as I go that way. No. You never know what's gonna happen if you break something, so... Okay, what? I need to... get through this platforming challenge. And it's a dead end if I keep going that way. Okay. Let's see. Let's observe the pattern. It stopped moving now. Are you kidding me? It's when I jump. Ah, okay. Oh, that makes things easier then. I didn't realize at first that it was when I pressed the jump button that they changed. Gotta make sure you don't leave anything behind. That you don't miss anything. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything that way. This one looks like it could break. Yeah. Although I'm not sure if that does anything. Okay, I can see that dot up there, but looks like there's more to this place. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, there was one of these missable, collectible thingies. Uh-huh. You can't come at it from the left then, by the looks of it. Or maybe you can, okay. And if I go that way. Or that just wraps back to the beginning, to that temple thing? Yeah, it does, okay. Understood. Well, I got both now. Do I gain a new power? Huh. How do I do that? A double jump. And you can glide now, okay. Uh-huh. Well, I gotta make sure I don't miss anything now before I move on. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I'm back at the beginning, silly. There's nothing there to the left, right? To the right, I should say. Now, well, I wasn't sure, but I had to check because this game likes to hide things in corners where you can't really see. Ah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay, so these red butterflies are what launch you up. Okay, I did not understand that at first. Ah, is this optional though, or is this the forced way forward? I need to confirm. That looks like the way forward. The other one looks more like an optional way, I guess, because it's more hidden. Yeah, by the looks of it, I'd say this is the way forward and the other one was optional. I just hope that the butterflies have not despawned now that I've walked away from them. Ah, yeah. Thought so. I'd say that's 3 if I did count right. Out of 7 for this section of the game. Oh, Monica, hi. Sorry, I was completely entranced by the game and I was not really paying attention to the chat. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm good. For now, anyway. I did not have a good night. I failed. What about here to the left? No, there's nothing. Okay, that's okay. I get it, but you didn't have a good night. Why? It's my back. My back was hurting when I was streaming last night, and it kept hurting through the night. I could only sleep in one position, and even that was not really enough to get it to go away. And then after I got up and I started walking around and doing some stuff around the house, I just started feeling better. And I made sure when I started streaming, I'm gonna sit like that and try to not move too much, and I'm okay at the moment. Ah, I made it. Excellent. I'm not missing anything, right? If I keep going, I'm not gonna regret it. Alright. But I'm better now, though. I mean, I did manage to sleep. It's just that I kept waking up and having to shift my position a bit to feel more comfortable. At least I'm better now. So I can't complain. Not too much, anyway. Okay, ooh, okay. If I go up... no! I think I missed something! And the game automatically saved. Damn it! I want to go back! Let me! I think I missed something down there. It's the kind of game where I think you won't be able to finish it 100% if you don't do everything perfectly the first time. Wait a second, there may be a way back down. There it is, okay. Oh, thank God. That's a relief. But I already missed something at the beginning, so... Okay, good. What about you, Monica, though? Did you have a good night? I hope so. Okay. Well, this is the way up. Okay. It pans the camera back. You had some strange dreams, but you slept well enough. Sometimes when I do get some strange dreams, that just don't make any sense. It just makes you more tired when you wake up because you try to understand what just happened and. That only makes it harder to, well, for the, how should I say, for the sleep to be restorative. Sleeping can be more tiring than staying awake when your dreams don't make any sense and you're just trying to make sense of them. It makes your brain work in ways that it's just exhausting. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it makes sense in my head anyway. Okay, well, I just wanted to check whether there was something over that way or not. I shouldn't have done that. It was kind of related to Ace Attorney combined with Pokemon. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird indeed, then. Okay, we're back. She's flying with the butterflies. No, there's nothing in there for me. It's definitely from having watched you play it and me playing Pokemon before bed, so, yeah. It's when real life invites itself into your dreams, I guess. I'm still trying to figure out what these statues are about. All these statues appear to be crying. There are more statues up there, it looks like. It's the first statue I've seen that stops crying again, so this flying with the red butterflies reminds me of another game. What game is that? Ah, you can't remember the name. Okay, well, that was my question. Because I wonder if maybe this is something that I know too. Now that you say something about flying with the red butterflies, I feel like that might be something I know too, but I don't have the name either. Don't know what that could be. Well, I can choose to go left or right. Does that make a difference? Doesn't look like it makes a difference. I read about this game that the character goes through the 8 stages of grief. I guess this has something to do with the statues that you keep seeing in the background. Because that's the only connection I can see so far. Ah, wait, no, okay. So left is the way I'm supposed to go? What? Do I have to go left or do I have to jump up? I don't know. It could be a one-way trip and then I would not be able to go back to collect some stuff, so... I know, never mind. No, I think you come out of the ground somewhere around here if you take the left path instead. Can't go left. Gonna restore some color to the world. Friend or foe? Ah! Not friendly, I guess. Yeah, don't forget your cube transformation, I guess, in this case. Ah. Music is quite beautiful, though. It's Journey. That's the game I was thinking of. I haven't played it. I've heard of it, but I've not played it. Is Journey on Switch or not? It might be a PlayStation exclusive, I think, Journey. I believe it's something that's stuck on PlayStation, maybe. I know it's on Steam as well. It was a PlayStation 3 game in March 2012, ported to PlayStation 4 in 2015, was later ported to Windows in June 2019 and iOS in August 2019. Ah, okay, so it is on PC too now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I seem to recall something about it being for PlayStation 3 after you mentioned the title. You're not pushing me away anymore, bully. Well, it did seem to be a beautiful game, yeah, even though I've not played it myself or watched anyone play it. But so this was not the game I had in mind, something about the red butterflies or pink butterflies or something. Well, okay, I made it through. Now what? Whoa. But what about those red butterflies there? What was that about? Wasn't I supposed to do something about it? I feel like I may have missed something. The red butterflies just reminds me of the red cloth you collect in Journey. Ah, yeah, that might be it. I may be just wasting time going around like I am, but... Yeah, look, there's a collectible here. I don't know how to reach it, though. Okay. Well, that way, I guess. Ah, it's slippery. I think I can see what I'm supposed to do, but it's not gonna be easy to achieve. Wait a minute, it's impossible. And no, like that. Okay. I just had to find the right method to do it. I believe this is 4 out of 7, but I feel like I may have already missed some. Birdie birdie is not nice. It looks like I will have to get blown to the left side by the bird. Ah, yes. Alright, yeah, that was required. Uh-huh. The music is quite beautiful in this. I like it. And if I keep going that way... No, it's a dead end. He's gonna have to blow me from the left. My left. Ah, okay. Uh-huh. Gotta transform into a cube on the platform in the middle. Okay, I got it. Uh-huh. Well, there's no music anymore. Does that mean I'm safe now? According to video game logic. Big tower. Whoa! Birdie Bird is still there. Oh, what? They fly together now? Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Don't know. I love the watercolor. Damn it. Doesn't seem to do much. More of those things. Nothing to the left that I can see. Yeah, no, you can't jump far enough, I guess. Unless... Yeah, no. Besides, no, I think it's a wall. I think you can't get past that thing on the left. Okay, let's move on. Gotta walk the dog. Okay, Monica. Take care out there. Whoa. It's on that side, so there doesn't seem to be much I can do. I can't stay on the bell. Okay. I'm struggling to figure out what it is I'm supposed to do. It didn't like that. Uh-huh. Okay, now what? Ah, yeah, there are butterflies here. And you can't leave the screen. Okay, well. Gotcha. What are these supposed to be? Constellations? Ah, just about to restore more color to the world, I guess. I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's a trip to the mind and memories of a person who's recovering from grief, or I don't know what it is exactly. It's raining now. Blue. A color has been brought back. Uh-huh. Huh. Water. I miss my little forest friend who I fed apples to. Are the colors something to do with the different stages of grief as well? Like there's a moment as you're going through grief when you feel blue? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to read too much into this. I don't know exactly what is supposed to be part of it, or and what is not. There was nothing to the left, right? On top of that big square thing. No? Looks like it's unreachable. Nah, there doesn't seem to be anything that way. Okay. Let's continue to the right then. Looks like it's time to make it back to the temple at the start of the game. Like the hub area. That's what it looks. That's what it seems to be. It's these little critters from before, I think. Yeah, I think we're just about back to the starting point. I see the preview for the stream still struggling to keep up. I don't know what that is. It still doesn't appear to be as fluid as it should be. 147. I'll have to look back at the VOD later to see if it really does translate to the actual video that goes out. Because that's annoying. Paid so much for this PC. It should be able to put out 720p. What's going on? But it doesn't really matter if I fail, because I can still swim anyway. I recognize this place. I was here before. Yeah. I missed one. So I feel like whatever I did, it's too late for 100%. Well, I only brought back 2. Seems like... there still seems to be quite a bit missing. I missed one. I just saw the little thing on the wall there, but yeah, I must have missed one somewhere. Ah well. I won't feel too bad about it if I do, cause yeah, let's have a look at it. But besides, it's too late. I can't undo what I did. So that was the forest area, and I missed one. I got 6. I only counted 5. And then I suppose the next one is going to be down that way. There may be water filling the place now. Yeah, now I can get through. Okay. What can I say? I like the noise that little squeaky things make. It's cute. I should have paid attention how many... maybe it's not too late to have a look. Hold on. Nah, it's too late. It's too far back. Okay. To see how many of those collectibles I'm supposed to find in this area. Water is on the ceiling. Whoa. Okay. I wasn't sure what that was gonna accomplish before I did it, but that still took me by surprise a bit. Nothing that way? As much as I appreciate the camera panning back and showing you these grand things, that does make it a bit hard to see. It's really dark right now. Excuse me, there's something I'd like to make sure about. Okay. Okay, it is activated. Okay. It feels like it's to the right that you have to go, but there's a path to the left, so... No, okay. Fair enough. How can I tell if I missed stuff? Well, besides, I guess, since I already missed stuff that I have seemingly no way of getting back, it's not like it's gonna make a huge difference now if I do try to get everything. Which is a shame. I can understand why they would want to do that to increase replayability for a game that is otherwise quite short, but... I approached this game with the mindset that it was going to be something I can finish in one day before I have to leave for a few days and not be able to go back to it to stream it. So if it is something I can't complete today 100%, I'm not gonna feel good about it. Do they land back exactly where they were before? Let's see. Who's listening to crappy music outside? What time is it, by the way? Okay. Almost. That's what you have to do, but you just have to do it better than that. Part of the problem is I go too far to the left, I think. I have to line myself up just with the left edge of that little tower, I suppose. Like this, I think should be alright. Okay, we made it. Nothing else. And I suppose these things serve no other purpose than looking pretty. Oh, wait, what? What is that? Wait a minute. Huh, okay. Makes sense. Do I have to time it? Or wait a second. Wait a second. Wait. Wait. Uh-huh. Like that. Yeah, well, I didn't do it fast enough, I guess. Okay. Gotcha. There's nothing over that way, is there? No, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I need two. Too late. Yeah, and I guess there's no jumping on your own head. I guess I should say. Wait a second. If I did turn into a cube in midair, it would fall, right? No, I think I need to do it right at the edge of that platform. No, that was too close to the edge. How about like this? No, that's still not it. No. Well, I guess that might do it this time. Okay. This one was actually a bit simpler, all things considered. New power? What's it gonna be? I can swim now. Press B. If I had to guess, I'd say I have to keep going down, but... some of those fish look weird. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just retraced my steps. Okay, let's keep going down, I suppose. Up there, maybe? Ah. Well, that's a funky fish back there. It's kind of hard to tell where those sort of secret areas are going to be without really stopping to pay attention to absolutely every little detail. Where are you going? Huh. I hope I didn't miss anything on the way down there again. I need 6 this time. Okay, I can see the thing here. Whoa! There's a bit of speed to it as you come out. Let me think. Like this? No, the butterflies. I hadn't seen them. Ah, too much momentum. Okay, we're good this time. Shoot. Okay, we have 3. We need 6 total. This looks pretty. Let's check what's down there. Huh? Something tells me I'm gonna need these little dudes. Something tells me I'm gonna need more than just these. Or maybe I need to jump better. They disappeared already. Ah. Gonna need more of these little red dudes. Where am I gonna find them though? Over that way? No. I don't have them. Where are they? Ah, okay. Well, that's it, looks like. If I keep going down... Ooh, it's dark. Can barely see anything. Okay, probably... Yeah, the game is pushing me back. It's not the way. Excuse me just a sec. Well, there's one of these optional things. Let me see. There's water. Okay, that's the thing I'm supposed to bring back. Except I can't get to it, as it is. Can barely see my character. It's a bit annoying. Okay, these I can get through. Not this one. Are you kidding me? Well. What about that other thing up there, though? Okay. That might be the answer. Hold on. Except I don't have them with me anymore. I think I was trying to do it the wrong way, potentially. I think I need to reach the water on the ceiling as I come out here. Yes, no, maybe, don't know. But oh, what, I was supposed to go that way? Okay. Like this then. Because they seem to stop following me as I come out of the water, so... Okay. I shouldn't have jumped at a diagonal. Okay. Do over. Yeah, okay. Well, let's backtrack. There is one more of these little white orbs to get. Okay. Is that all there was to this area, or is there more? Excuse me. Well, if there's anything else, wait a minute. Down there, maybe? No? No, okay. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Like some sort of turtle. Go back for the statue. What is the statue I have to go for? But what is it? I can't. It's forcing me down that way. I saw my goal, I went past it, and now I have to go around to get back to it. tantalizing. That's the foot of the statue. Oh, I thought I had to go around it. Which color this time? What did I do? Yellow? There's yellow in the image here? I can't see it. Hold A. What? That's a bit violent. It's not me doing that, by the way, right now. I'm not playing. It's the game playing by itself. Okay, that bird again. Am I in control? No, I'm not. It's not me controlling. Now maybe it is? No? Still not? Now I'm in control, it seems. I can't see. It's dark. Huh? Where am I? Ah. Jellyfish? Oh, ooh. Pretty. Okay, what do we have at the bottom? Uh-huh. There's really not much to help me see where I'm going. And it would be so easy to miss stuff if there was optional stuff hidden in there anyway. See? That's what I'm talking about. I'm just following the little stars or thingies. That took me by surprise indeed. I'm not in control again. Or am I? No! Turtle friend! Thank you, turtle friend. Oh, it's frozen? Well, I can see a collectible up there. Oh, hello again, Monica. Welcome back. How's it going? Did it go well? And how do I get to that collectible from before? It's too late. I can't go back anyway. Ah, well. So much for that. It's a bit too hot right now. It has been a lot warmer these past few days, actually. It's been quite hot inside the apartment here, too. Hello, Panda. How's it going? Wahey. Good, good. Just resting on your day off. Might do some raids. Okay. I feel like the bonus from before it's down there, but Ah, come on. And there's no way to go through the wall here. Okay, I can see that there is a passage to the right. Am I missing something? Mm-hmm. I just have to accept the fact that I will not get all the collectibles on my first playthrough of this. It's impossible unless you know exactly what you're doing. It looks like there's a way to the right here, but... I don't know. I do not understand. Okay. Big square. Ah, okay, like this. Interesting. Have I not been here before? Swim up the waterfall, I take it. Well, up the waterfall. No? The camera is panning to the right, to the left like this, as if to tell you, yeah, there's something over that way, but... Actually, no. No? Nothing? Okay. And I am back at the beginning, if I had to guess. Keep going up. Oh, we're back here. Ah, it's night time now. Okay. Which studio made this? I don't know. It's an indie game, so it could be anyone, really. I think I should be able to see... but it's probably... Nomada Studio. Yeah, that's the one. Because it's Devolver Digital... yeah, but thank you, Monica. You were almost quicker than me. You just looked it up, or you knew? Or you looked it up earlier? How were you so fast? Yeah, it's a Spanish studio indeed, yeah. Ah, you looked it up. I want to go back and see how much I missed. I got 3 out of 5. Okay, well. Well, one of them I did see, and one of them I did not see. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to look. And now actually I'm a bit stumped as to where I'm supposed to go look for the rest. That way? Not sure if this was there before. I did look it up earlier too, since I thought it might have been made by someone whose game I have played before, but nope. Okay. I thought it looked similar to the 80s art style, but I guess not. I would say it's different. It's hand-drawn with some watercolor aesthetic in places. Whoa, what's that? What did it do? And it's like every time I complete an area, it restores a color, one color to the world. Like first was red, then there was green and blue, and then the last one I got was yellow. And if I had to guess, I think there are 6. I don't know, because there are other challenges that I can't identify, but... Ah, okay, it's lighting the way. I knew of this game before, and when I was looking for games to get on Steam, I saw that this was apparently one of the highest rated games by the players themselves. So I figured, I knew this game was on Switch, and it has a digital release on physical release on Switch. So I figured, I was like, might want to give that a try. I wonder if maybe this is taking place inside the mind of someone. Like some of the things that are happening inside are like metaphors for stuff that can happen in someone's head or something. Is your journey all finished? What would you rate it? It was pretty good. 8 out of 10. Easy. Ooh. Ah, okay. The ground even disappears if I... Huh. It even makes music. What do you mean, upsides, downsides to Is a Journey? Well, there is not much in the way of downsides, I would say. Maybe some of the cases are a bit long, but that doesn't take away from how interesting they are. And no gumshoe, so that's one point down. It needed gumshoe, it didn't have gumshoe. So to me, that's 1 point down. And then I guess, well, maybe it's just me, but I don't find the characters of Athena, well, the character of Athena I don't find to be the most interesting of them all. But maybe that's because we don't know enough about her background, I guess. No gumshoe but Larry, what? Yeah, see? You agree. But wait a minute, there seemed to be some staircase over that way. Ah, there seems to be an invisible wall preventing me from going that way. Okay, I'm off camera now. Ah, I think this is when you come back from wherever it is you have to get to this. Athena is pretty boring, honestly. Her emotion thing is interesting, but other than that, well, I guess we agree. Other than that, it's a great game. It's just, I think the original characters are already so solid that introducing new main ones like that is just like taking some of the spotlight away from the characters that we already know and love, that we're already so familiar with. I mean, other people might disagree, depending on how they may prefer novelty to familiarity, but to me, familiarity is something that I tend to prefer, so... I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, and it's already too late. I bet there was a collectible over that way and I missed it. Unless you know this game by heart, it's so easy to miss stuff. Or if you play it with a guide, I guess. But for my first playthrough, I don't want to play it with a guide, though. Ah, that was a collectible. And I don't even know what they're for. I just know they're stuff you're supposed to collect. And I feel bad if I miss them. That's all I know. Don't need to know much more. Ah, well, it might not be too late then. I don't mind new characters. I mean, they do age after all, but Athena as a character is just kind of meh. She's like another Maya, but with the emotion thingy. And I don't know, she's not quite as endearing, I find. I tend to find that Maya is just more of a lovable character, more so than her. Hello, hello Marty, how's it going? Apollo was his own thing. His story is genuinely interesting. Yeah, I agree. I like Apollo. Apollo is a good character. Yeah, okay. I guess I have to start back from scratch. Hey, Marzi. And then I have to go for the little pink butterflies there. Not too bad. Hope you're having a nice Sunday. Yeah, it's been nice so far. Okay, I'm up here now. Now what? Ah, yeah, there was a collectible here. Okay. So I was right to go back for it. No, there was nothing to be obtained from there? Okay. I was just confirming. Now I think what I have to do is go for that waterfall that's at the top. How are you finding GRIS so far? I really wanted to like this game, but I couldn't get into it, sadly. Love the look of it, though, and the animation. It's mysterious, and I don't understand really what's going on. That's one of the downsides, I would say, so far. But otherwise, yeah, I'm loving the animation. I'm loving the art style. I think it's a gorgeous game. It doesn't need to be super technically impressive or anything to be good. And in this case, I would say that art definitely trumps technical prowess. It's one of those. I had a chance to get a physical copy, a used physical copy for like half the price of the game new. So I figured, well, it's a game that seems to be very highly rated by players, so I should certainly give it a try. So far, I don't regret giving it a try, but I don't know that this is something that I would like to replay like 50 times or something. But I really didn't wish I understood what's going on, though. It's kind of important to understand what's going on in a game. That way? Yeah, okay, that way. My biggest problem is we had Maya. Then while Maya was away, we meet Emma, who felt kind of similar to Maya, and it really did feel that way to me because in the extra case at the end of the first game, she kind of was your assistant as you were trying to investigate the case. So it really did feel like she was Maya while Maya was away. So yeah, still different enough to be her own. Then comes Trucy, felt a bit like Maya again. Then Athena, it feels like the female characters are just kind of copy-paste of each other. I mean, up to Trucy, I would say that they each have their own maybe quirks or endearing things about them that makes me wanna know more about them. But Athena, I don't know. It's just not the same. There's just something about her character that I have a hard time getting into. I felt when I played. That you don't know what's going on. I never completed it though to find out. Maybe I'll give it another try sometime. I might just not have been in the right mood when I played it before. But it's not a very long game apparently. Only a few hours to finish. That's why I'm playing it today, because that way I can leave for my parents for a few days without leaving a game unfinished behind, which I would have a bit of a hard time remembering by the time I get back. Don't get me wrong. I like Trucy and Emma, but they feel too similar to each other. Well, I don't know, because Trucy is probably the biggest goofball of them all. That's her distinctive aspect, I guess. What sets her apart of all the others. She really is a goofball. Emma, less so. Maybe now that she has matured more, I guess. That might not have been the case at first, but I haven't played the older game in like a longer time, so... I want a female character who doesn't feel like a copy-paste of Maya. Okay, this is too high. I can't do it. What happens if I get another? I just replace this one if I've lost it. What is it? How does that work? But now I don't get a birdie anymore. That's why I needed to be able to get another one. I take it. Okay. And I mean, I love Maya as well. That she's probably one of my favorite characters with Gumshoe, but we already have her, so we don't need more like her. I've just come back. I've just arrived at the beginning again. Or maybe... I think I understand now what I'm supposed to do. What, you're supposed to glide down to those butterflies from up there? Is that what you have to do? But I was supposed to stop at those butterfly. Hold on. Damn it. You need to scare the bird away so that you can pass through the scenery and then use those butterflies to launch yourself up. Okay. Got it. Ooh, the moon. Okay, need to find 2 thingies. Gotta go left, I suppose. Can go underwater or up here. It does make me wonder which color I will restore next, though. What else could there be? We got yellow, blue, green, red. It's like we already have all the primary colors, so... No, nothing here. Yeah, but what was that about the water earlier, though? Okay, it does feel like this is the way back for when you're finished getting through this section of the game. Okay, understood. It's really one of these games where you probably have to play it multiple times to really understand what's going on. Maybe you pick up on stuff that you didn't the first time as you replay through it multiple times. Usually I don't have the time for sticking with a game for so long like this. After I'm done with one, usually I move on to the next. My backlog is big enough as it is. Yeah. Did you know the moon usually symbolizes washing away the old? I did not know that. In which culture is that? All of them? One in particular? Because see, if this is indeed all about grief and the different stages of getting through it, then maybe this is relevant somehow. I don't know, but that's the thing. I wish I knew. I wish I understood a bit better. Not sure, it's just something my mom always says. Well, I had never heard that before. The moonlight will wash away the old and give light to something new. Okay. Well, there it is. Okay. That is weird. Reversed gravity. Mm-hmm. Ah, this is disorienting. Which is, I guess, what they were going for. Wait a second. Jump on this. Uh-huh. Okay. Ah, no! No! Go back. Okay. Ah! I failed. I gotta redo it all. Oh, man. Ah, wait a second. Or maybe not. Oh, there was a thingy to collect, so that's good, I guess. Happy little accident. Ah, but there's an invisible wall. How are you supposed to do this? Ah! What is? Or maybe maybe I'm trying to do the impossible. Actually, maybe you were supposed to land here. I don't know. Ah, I had not seen this. Okay. Ah, okay. Let's see. Perhaps not. I wasn't supposed to do this. Okay, let's try it again. It showed up after you walked past it? Mm-hmm. That may have been when that thing turned lit up, actually. Yeah, okay, I see what it is. It's still not gonna be easy, though. No, 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 no! Don't jump straight up, jump at a diagonal. Don't do that. I'll try it from here. Ah, okay. And it disappears also. Okay, well, I suppose this is it. Now what? Because it seems like you do have to get up there, no? Yeah, I only have one. That's not where I came from, is it? I don't think it is. I have no memory of this place. don't know where I don't know where to go here. Ah, okay. I guess I found a way. Yeah, what's this? Ah, no, can't go right. If I had to guess, this is the hair of one of the statues, but... wait a second. I didn't mean to do that. I know, I guess they were these plants. Come on. No? You can interact with them anyway? Okay. This is getting a bit confusing. Okay, I see a thing. Everything is a thing when you don't know what to call them. Uh-huh. I guess that's it. Am I gonna inherit a new power? What's the new one? What did that do? With the A button? She sings? Okay. And now what? Great, I suppose. That turned the whole thing pink. Oh, wait a second. Here? No. A word of explanation would have been nice. Game, just saying. Yeah, what does that do? I don't know. What if I tried here? That's a beautiful voice, but it doesn't tell me what I'm supposed to do. Well, I guess... Is that something I could have gotten before in which I didn't? That dot there, or... I feel like I'm going back through a portion of the game that I have already completed. Is this something I've already done? Ah. Add these transparent plants. Okay. It's like they don't exist until you sing to them and then they take shape or something like that. Okay. I can see more of them over there to the right. That may need blooming. Or yeah, okay. Same thing for that vase. No? I know. This one down there. No? Mm-hmm. That really opens up the level, though. Well, I can see that there's a collectible there. Okay. It's gonna... These things are gonna disappear, though. Can't waste too much time. Not that it matters, because I think... because I didn't collect all of them, collecting just a few is not gonna influence things much. By the way, Rudy, I like your shirt. Thank you. Well, I did fill the place down there with water, so maybe now there's some stuff I can do that I couldn't before. Well, yeah. That makes them appear, but maybe it's for an achievement or some other thing like that, I guess. Well, the moon again. No. It's very peaceful. I'm not used to things being this peaceful and quiet. Mm-hmm. It's the difference between holding it down and... Okay. Trying to reach all of these. I guess I have to make it so that they're all open. No. Am I stuck? Those at the bottom, they have these little butterflies that allow you to make it back up, but like this. What, isn't that it now? Well, I guess I made it out. That was the goal of it. Ooh, beautiful. It's forcing me back the other way now. I have 4. Is that how many I needed to have? I haven't really seen a thing to tell me how many I was supposed to have, so I guess I have to go down here. Okay. I feel like the game is becoming more choppy the more detailed it gets. Yeah, I was wondering how to reach that thing before. I guess I have my answer. Okay, so what's that thing here? Well, we have a way up. Do I have enough? No. I did not... I need 2 more. Okay. Well, I found 2 extra ones to the left. I'm gonna assume I have to find the other 2 going right. Well, we have a way up here that we didn't have before, so... Well, that did something. Hello? What are you? Well, it's following me. I see one of those collectibles right there. I almost didn't see that these plants could be brought back to life. So that's 1. Which way? Okay, down there, I suppose. Well, there's a collectible. At this point, I'm not even sure if I'm on track to get all of them in this particular area. It's so big and confusing. Well, I've already been that way. It really seems to be a dead end. Bring the flowers back to life. I don't know what that is. Speaking of flowers, I don't know if you're still around, Monica. How is your Venus flytrap holding up? Because I know we've discussed before that it's quite complicated to keep these alive because they're very fragile. And I might want to get myself one at some point, so... yeah, you need to sync. It's doing pretty well. That's a relief. Does it manage to catch enough flies? Well, I say flies, it's insects in general, I take it. It's not just flies. It's getting plenty of light right now? Ah, okay. I do get a lot of flies here. Well, it's not so much the large ones, it's especially the really tiny ones that are pretty annoying. But then I worry that if it's like, how do you keep them alive in the winter or something? Do you need to buy them sustenance? How does that work? How do they manage to feed in the winter when you don't get insects nearly as much? That's what I wonder. I think I see what it is. Okay, you jump here, jump back the other way, and then you wait for it to be positioned just right. Okay, I made it. Since it's been raining, I have been able to use the rainwater, which is something they need more than tap water, and it's been catching a good amount of flies, although it's still a big problem. Yeah, how do people keep these alive through the winter, I wonder? Like, you need to go buy, I don't know, can you feed them dead flies? If assuming you could buy them already dead, maybe? Or do they need them fresh? How does that work? They recommend you buy either live flies or dried insects. Yeah, dried ones, I could imagine that being more convenient than the alternative. It's a relief that you can buy them dried then. Because I imagine something like, I don't know, fish food, for example, that tends to be dried insects in some cases, so I would imagine that might work, although maybe they need something more specific to them. Live flies can be put in the fridge, but I have bad memories of that, so I'd rather buy dried insects. I have bad memories. I'm both curious and scared of knowing what that might be, so I won't ask. Because I don't want to imagine flies going on my food in the fridge. That might be pretty disgusting. Because otherwise, I do find Venus flytraps to be quite fascinating plants, so... But then I worry that I might not know enough to be able to take care of them the way that they need to be taken care of. We had a chameleon as a kid. My dad put the live insects in the fridge. They were in a container, but opening it, not knowing what was in there, was quite a shock. Ah, that's what it is. I was picturing maggots in the fridge or that sort of thing because of the flies maybe laying down their larvas in the food or something. But no, okay, yeah, they were in a container then. That's a relief. No, okay. Well, yeah, why would you not keep them in the container? Yeah, stupid me. But that's it. I guess we've opened the way that we've been trying to open since the start of the game. Okay, well, let's see where that goes. That would have been 10 times worse. Yeah, imagine how that would have been worse. The path is open now. Oh no. That thing is gonna come after me again? Another bird? Another one of those creepy undersea creatures? Okay. Yikes. She drew out all the color of the world that I had worked so hard to restore. No. It feels like it's like despair or depression coming back to haunt you. Just after you've managed to sort of get better. Grief can take on many forms. Yeah, I can imagine. If this is indeed what it is. Just when you think your life is starting to get color again and be prettier, like you've gotten over it, it comes back to haunt you. I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of those metaphors that I don't know, maybe these, like, females nude statues are like your inner self, the inner self of that lady, crying out in agony. I don't know. What is that supposed to represent? We're back in a world that has no color again. Acceptance, 5th stage. Okay. Well, it just said so. Acceptance. Yeah, there's a lady lying back there. There's part of a face here again. Oops. This is usually where you restore color. She's getting herself fixed. No, leave me alone. I don't want this grief anymore. Just when I was about to feel better. Don't give up. Don't let yourself get swallowed up by grief. There's a bit of an interstellar vibe to the music there, in my opinion. I agree. It really is beautiful. Okay, so I don't know if this is the end of the game. That seems too early still. Because I read that it takes at least 4.5 hours if you rush it, and I haven't really been rushing, so... This is the bridge I've been working so hard to build, so... Where does it go? Ah, okay. There's that, okay. Maybe there's more to the game if you didn't miss any of the missables? How does that work? Because that's not 4.5 hours like I was led to believe. What now? That was weird. Interesting but weird. Are there different endings? GRIS, how many endings? Fortunately, there is only one ending to GRIS. You can, however, get access to a secret cutscene if you collect all specific items, and it will tell you more about the story, but the finale is always the same. Ah. Okay. So it always ends the same way anyway. Well, I don't know then. Maybe I don't need to play it again for 100% then. Like a lot of indie games, interesting but weird, yeah. It's, it doesn't really adhere to any particular genre, it's just an experience. And as most experiences, well, after you've had it once, well, it's kinda hard to go back through it again. And games where you absolutely have to follow a guide to even get to 100%, well, that tends to not really sit well with me. Well, I was thinking that maybe this game might fill the afternoon and the evening, but now what am I gonna do tonight? I don't know. I don't have another short game like that to stream at the moment, I think. Maybe I should check out, see, backloggery. Oh well, actually, Pikmin 4, I'm done with it. Okay, I'm not playing Pikmin 4 anymore, so I can save that one as complete. Then I did Spirit of Justice. Actually, did I add Phoenix Wright? Ah, yeah, I listed it as a 3DS game, I guess, when I played the Android version. Ah, well. It's okay. Phoenix Wright is Attorney. Spirit of Justice. Not Nintendo Switch. 3DS. Completed. Add game. Then GRIS. I think I did add it to my list of Switch games. So if I go back to it, yep, there it is. I can mark it as beaten. Save. Okay, thanks for playing, Nomada Studio. Okay. The end. Finish the game. Well, there it is. There we go. You can now load previous chapters and visit the gallery at the extras menu. I guess I could perhaps keep playing this game a bit more later tonight. If you can indeed reload chapters and try to complete them 100%. Yeah, I think I'll do that later tonight. That should keep me occupied. Besides, I can't stream for too long later tonight because I have to get up early tomorrow. So by 10 p.m. ideally, I should already be in bed later tonight. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yep. Okay. Well, I'll be back to it later then. Thank you guys for watching. Well, around 7 p.m. give or take, I think I'll load back the game and I'll try to continue and get to see a bit more of the game than I have so far then. After all, it's not that long of a game, so getting the how should I say a bit more of the full experience, I guess that can't hurt. Besides, I don't know what else to do, so that's all good. See you a bit later then. Yep. You're welcome, Monica. Well, if I get to see you later, then all the better. And see you later, then perhaps. Have a good one until then. Take care. And thank you for watching, at any rate. Take care of yourself. See ya.